AI is taking over the world, and about a year and a half ago, a software called ChatGPT was established. So I know you're thinking, well, Saminator, what is ChatGPT? Well, ChatGPT is an AI chatbot, basically, that you can ask it anything and it'll answer back. It uses a data set to learn about language, grammar, and the structure and meaning of words and sentences. So it's able to understand context and generate appropriate responses to whatever your needs is. And I've been using this software for a while now, just for other things, and it flew into my head last night. I thought, I wonder if ChatGPT can read the form guide. And, well, it turns out it can. That's why I'm making the video. So I got ChatGPT to predict the upcoming race tomorrow at Morphettville, race 8, the Goodwood Stakes, and I just asked it to analyze the form guide, and I put in a bunch of different stats for all these different horses. So I gave it the number saddlecloth, I gave it the horse name, and then I gave it the barrier, where it settles, how much weight it carries, whether it can run the trip, how old it is, the horse's winning strike rate, the stage of preparation it's in, so it's first up or second up or third up, the jockey's win strike rate, the trainer's win strike rate in their last 50 races, and what it did last start. So that's about 10 different things that it's got to analyze for each horse. And by G, it did it well, and we're going to take a look at what it said right now. So this is the summary ChatGPT gave the horses based off the stats I gave him. So it starts with, in this race, the outcome will depend on various factors such as the running styles of the horses, their ability to handle the distance, their recent form, and their stage of preparation, and the 1,000 other things I told him. Let's explore how the race might unfold and who could emerge victorious. So we'll start with horse number 2, Amelia's Jewel. Settles midfield carrying 56.5 kilos with an impressive win strike rate of 60%. Because Amelia's Jewel's 9 from 15, and the ability to handle the distance, Amelia's Jewel is likely to position herself well throughout the race. Despite a narrow defeat in her last start, her strong win record and suitable preparation stage make her a strong contender for victory. Then we'll move on to number 3, Climbing Star. Settles as a back marker and carries the same weight as Amelia's Jewel. Despite a lower win strike rate, Climbing Star's recent victory in a Group 1 race and its 4th up stage of preparation indicate good form and peak fitness. Expect Climbing Star to make a strong late surge in the closing stages of the race. Then we'll move on to number 4, Sharippa. Settles on speed and carries 56 kilos. Despite a recent defeat in a Group 1 race, Sharippa's solid win strike rate of 41% and the ability to handle the distance suggests that it could contend for victory. However, being in the 9th up stage of preparation might impact its freshness and competitiveness in the latter stages of the race. So it's talking about how it's got a bit of a query on Sharippa. Extremely lucky number 5, settles as a back marker but lacks the ability to handle the distance. I told ChatGPT extremely lucky might not get the 1200 meters as it's 4 for no wins and no placings at the distance. Despite a recent victory in a Group 3 race, extremely lucky might struggle against stronger competition over this longer distance. Expect it to find it challenging to contend for victory. Don't know how I got to that conclusion off that explanation. I Am Me settles on speed carrying 55 kilos with a solid win strike rate of 45% and the ability to handle the distance. I Am Me is likely to set a strong early pace. Despite a narrow defeat in a Group 1 race last time out, its 3rd up stage of preparation suggests improvement and competitiveness. Benedetta also settles on speed carrying 55 kilos with a high win strike rate of 50% and being in the 5th up stage. Benedetta is likely to vie for the early lead with I Am Me. Despite a narrow defeat in a recent Group 1 race, Benedetta's consistent performances and suitable preparation stage make her a strong contender for victory. And then we've got Arkansas Kid, settles off midfield carrying 54.5 kilos with a moderate win strike rate of 16%. Arkansas Kid might find it challenging to contend with some more seasoned competitors in the field. Despite a respectable jockey and trainer win strike rate, Arkansas Kid's recent defeat in a Group 2 race suggests it might struggle against this level of competition. Then we'll move on to Johnny Rocker. Settles in midfield carrying 54.5 kilos with a win strike rate of 27% and being in the 6th up stage. Johnny Rocker has had a solid preparation but might lack the class to challenge for victory against stronger competitors. Expect Johnny Rocker to be competitive for a minor placing. Rubamos settles in midfield carrying 54.5 kilos. Despite uncertainty about its ability to handle the distance, Rubamos has a moderate win strike rate of 23%. However, the step up in class and distance might prove challenging for Rubamos to overcome. Expect it to struggle against stronger contenders in the field. Then we'll move on to what you need. Settles on speed but lacks the ability to handle the distance. With a high win strike rate of 60%, what you need might set a strong early pace but is unlikely to sustain it to the finish line. Despite a recent defeat in a Group 3 race, its limitations might hinder its chances against stronger competition. Karakazoo settles as a back marker carrying 54.5 kilos. With a win strike rate of 21% and proven ability to handle the distance, Karakazoo is likely to conserve energy early in the race before making a late surge. Despite a recent defeat in the Group 3 race, its suitable preparation stage and ability to run the distance make it a competitive contender. Then we'll move on to Grinzinger Prince. Grinzinger Prince's backmarker style and ability to handle the distance provide it with a chance to contend. However, its recent defeat in a listed race suggests it may face tough competition from higher performing horses in this field. Oscar's Fortune, with a solid win strike rate and capability over the distance, Oscar's Fortune presents a strong case for victory. Despite a narrow defeat in its last Group 1 race, its on-speed style and consistent performance make it a formidable contender. Skybird's impressive win strike rate and recent victory in a Group 2 race position it as a top contender. Its ability to handle the distance and off-midfield settling style could give it an advantage in this competitive field. And finally, Stretton Angel. Stretton Angel's inability to handle the distance significantly impacts its chances in this race. Despite a recent defeat in a Group 1 race, its midfield settling style and average win strike rate may hinder its ability to compete against horses with better stamina. So I asked ChatGPT another question, and it wasn't the answer I was expecting. I asked it, explain why each horse can and can't win the Goodwood. And it took that as, explain if this horse can win or if this horse can't win the Goodwood. So it gave me one answer for each horse, and this is what it came up with. So it only had 7 winning chances in the race. It only told me there's only 7 possible winning chances, and that's Amelia's Jewel, Climbing Star, I Am Me, Benedetta, Karakazoo, the outsider of the field, Oscar's Fortune, and Skybird. And then the rest can't win. Not even Johnny Rocker, who's $9. Apparently it can't win, according to AI. So then I asked ChatGPT the big question. Based on the above information, who would you have as your top 4 picks? And it came up with this. On top, at $14, Skybird. I had a look at its form. It was the last start winner of a Group 2 race, the Tobin Bronze, I'm pretty sure. Maps well, minimal weight, Bowman's rides. It's on top for ChatGPT, ahead of Benedetta, who gets Jamie Carr on, and the blinkers on as well. Jaws Gate 3 for a good run, was a good run last time behind Climbing Star. In for third, the mighty mare, Amelia's Jewel. Sorry, that's Winx's title. The good mare, Amelia's Jewel. Maps well, Damien Lane rides, blinkers first time. Good winning strike rate according to ChatGPT and me. So it's in for third. And then in for fourth, Oscar's Fortune, a really good 3-year-old that matched it with Amelia's Jewel last start. That's in for ChatGPT's 4th pick. I think it's 5th pick, I Am Me, 6th pick, Climbing Star, 7th pick, Karakazoo is how I was reading that. And you know what's crazy about all this as well? Like, ChatGPT has no idea what the Goodwood is. It probably does because it knows a lot. But it has no idea that these particular horses are running in this particular race. I just asked it a question with a couple of, more than a couple of form references, and it's just come up with like market expectation answers. Like, it's really smart in terms of this. So what I'm thinking is, right, I'll put this video out every Friday afternoon for the upcoming Group 1 race the next day. So next week, for example, I might give the Doomben 10,000 a crack and see what ChatGPT thinks about that, because I'm really interested in this stuff and what AI thinks of the form guide. And if Skybird manages to win tomorrow, we might have just uncovered a really, really big secret. Now, I know we're getting towards the end of the video and you're probably like, no, Staminator, I wanted this video to keep going. Well, it will, because in my spare time, I just managed to give ChatGPT all the form references used for the Goodwood on the Centaurea Stakes, which is race 5 at Morphettville. Speaking of the Centaurea Stakes, the horse we part-owned, Crimson Light, was meant to run in this race. However, she injured herself on the water walker leading up to this run, and she might never race again. There's a very good chance she'll never race again, so it's very sad, but that's racing. We have to deal with it. Anyway, this was ChatGPT's top 4 for the Centaurea Stakes, and it's got its description here on my laptop. You can't see it right now, you can only see the selections, but this is what it came up with. So on top, Sione, despite its inability to run the full 2,000 meters strongly, its recent win in a Group 2 and on-pace settling position make it a contender. In for second, it had See What I See. With a high win strike rate, recent impressive win, and ability to handle the distance, it's a solid choice. In for third, it had Silent Sorrente. Consistent performer, and the ability to handle the distance make it a contender. And then in for fourth, it had Splashback at a bit of a price. High win strike rate and competitive performances despite a recent defeat make it worth considering. That's what ChatGPT thinks of the Centaurea Stakes. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a different video today. If you want to see me do it again for next Friday or next Saturday's meeting, let me know and I'll make it happen. Hopefully Skybet and Sione can get the job done so that it gets me a little bit more excited about next Friday's video. But until then, bye for now.